In this video, I'm going to take you through the box called blog. So you can see Billy Joel made a WordPress blog. The level is medium, so it's going to be a little tricky, but let's get on to it. Billy Joel made a blog on his home computer and has started working on it. It's going to be awesome. Enumerate this box and find the two flags that are hiding on it. Billy has some weird things going on his laptop. Can you maneuver around and get what you need, or will you fall down the rabbit hole? In order to get the blog to work with AWS, you'll need to add the IP address to blog.thm to your Etsy host file. So that's the first thing that we'll do. We'll get into the Etsy host file. I'll use Vim and Etsy host. So I need to get into insert mode. Then I'll just add this one here. Let me grab the IP address. Blog.thm. So escape. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll first go and check the website now that we've added it into the Etsy host file, and I hope it loads. Okay, that worked well. So here's the blog page, and I already looked around. It's just a blog page made by Billy. He's Not From Mom by Karen Miller. Nothing much on this website. What we could do is Control U to view the page's source. And by the way, here we see that there's here powered by WordPress. So what I did was Control F to check the version of the WordPress if we could find an exploit for it, and we found out that it was WordPress version 5.0. So let me copy this, and what I'll do is I'll use Metasploit to see. No, first I'll search if there's an exploit for that particular version. So this one was version 5.0. So let's run such exploit. And by the way, I'd already done our Nmap scan, and these are the results. So we have a port 22 open, that's SSH, port 80, that's a typical web server. Then we have Samba systems, so there are some file shares, but the file shares are dead end. They don't have anything to do with this box, just a rabbit hole. And for 5.0 such exploit, there's an exploit, and this was the particular exploit that matches this the WordPress that Billy made his website with. So what I'll do, we can go into Metasploit as indicated here and see what it has for us. So I'll just run Metasploit. Mm, let me just do Metasploit in it. No. MSFDB in it. Okay, we must be root. So I'll do sudo. Okay, the database already started, so that's okay. Let me now go to the Metasploit console then, so that we can check out that particular exploit. It's taking a while to load. We need to get into the Metasploit console and search for that particular WordPress version to see if there's a payload that we can use to exploit this particular uh, blog page belonging to Billy Joel. So okay, it's steady loading. That's okay. In the meantime, what I would do, now let's wait for it to load. Will it take a long time? It's taking some time. But what I'll do, I'll seed into our directory. Then what I'll do, since I know I'll be using the Roku word list for my brute force, I'll just, should I do it or should I not? Okay, no, let's just wait for, where are we? Okay, it's taking quite some time. Let me give it time to load. I'll be back when the console is up. So it took some time, but it opened eventually. So what we'll do, we found out that the WordPress version that Billy was running was WordPress version 5.0. So what we'll do is we'll try to check and see, since we already found that it has an exploit. Let's see if Metasploit has a payload for it. So I'll just search for that WordPress. It was version 5.0. Okay, so here there's a payload, which is this particular one, crop image shell upload. So let's do use 0. Let's see. Okay, so let's see the options that it needs. Okay, so for us to run this payload, we need a password, which we don't have. Okay, we need the remote host. Okay, we'll need the target URI. That's okay, and the username, then the local host and port. Okay, so what we'll do, let me go back to this terminal here. Okay, what I think I can do, let me come back to this blog, and usually for this WordPress blogs, because I've snooped around a few WordPress blogs, we can just look to check if there's, let's say, some user credentials or something of that sort. So what I'll do is actually I wasn't even supposed to be using the IP address because I already set it up in the etc file. So now this is going to load to search in Google, and I don't need that. So we don't need that. What we need is blog.thm, and I'll do http. Okay, let's see. It's taking some time. Okay, I think okay, it has loaded. So as I was saying, we need to enumerate to see if there are we can get some usernames because the payload needs username. So what I'll try to do is this is just from, I'd say, my own knowledge. I'll do checking at this particular endpoint if I can find the list of users who use this particular uh, I'd say blog page. So let me just check version 2, then I'll do users. Let's check to see. So here we get a JSON file. Okay, already cleaned up well. So there's a Billy Joel, slug name is bjoel. So we have bjoel and we have Karen Wheeler with the slug name of Kwheel. So these two, we'll take these two and put them inside a username.txt file for us. So what I'll do is let me do vim user user.txt. So insert. Then what I'll do is I'll add the username. So that was bjoel, I believe, and that was Kwheel. So I hope that's, yeah, Kwheel and bjoel. Yeah, that's okay. Then escape, then we'll save. Okay, so after that, let's get back here. So we needed the username. Okay, we have a username. Then for password, we'll just brute force with the typical docu txt files. Yeah, file for brute forcing passwords. But before that, what I'd do is I'd use I'm going to use a Metasploit framework, which is a payload for logging in into WordPress sites. So oh no, okay. I'll need to again get back into the console, which takes time to load. But because I don't want to use this other one, I wanted to save it for when we'll be using this particular exploit, this crop image uh, exploit that we found. So let me just check and see. It will take time, so I'll just pause the recording, then I'll get back when the console finally loads, so that we can brute force for the passwords of either of the username, either bjoel or Kwheel that we found. So yeah. So the Metasploit console is up. So what we'll do, we'll search for our particular payload, which will help us to brute force for the passwords of the usernames, the two usernames that we got. So I'll search for that payload. It's called WordPress underscore login underscore and I think that's it. Okay, and that's it. It's used to brute force. So let's do use u, use o, use 0, I mean. Okay, then let's check out the options that the payload requires. So I must login, blah blah. So what we'll do, we'll just set okay, what we need here is the pass file and the R host and the user file. So I'll just quickly set the pass file. So that would be pass file, which I'll set to a smaller OQ text that I created from the original ROQ word list. Yeah, because I didn't want to run all the possible passwords in the ROQ. So I made a cut of let's say 3000. So I'll just use that. So it is in that folder. So it's just 3000 possible passwords. So that is the pass file. So we've set the pass file. The next thing that I will set is the user file. So I'll set the user file. Set the user file, and the user file was what do you set it as? It was it is in this particular directory, but we put the names in a user.txt file. If I think we are right, let's just quickly check that. Let's and check. Yeah, it is in this user.txt file, because you can just cut and see. Yeah, it is there, the user.txt file. So yeah, that's right. Then we'll set the R host. That's the remote host, I believe so. To blog.thm that we set up in our etc file. Then that's okay. Then now what we'll do, we'll just run the exploit to see. One more option. Okay. Okay. The pass file, I'm sorry, the pass file path, I think I missed the directory bit of it, so that then it is in this is what I missed, blog. Then now that is ROQ, we have it, ROQ underscore 3000.txt. That's it. So let's try running it. Failed to validate password. Why is it doing so? Blog ROQ. Okay, you know what, I'll just use the entire ROQ word list, though it's going to take long as compared to what I intended to do, but let's just do that. So that is usually in the user share word list. Then that is the ROQ u.txt. And now let's hope it runs. Okay, so the payload is running. Let's wait to see if it will get a password. And I know this will take quite some time, so I'll just pause the recording and I'll be back when when the payload finds the password to either of the usernames that we found, either kwheel or bjoel, I believe. So yeah, so I stopped using that Metasploit payload and opted to use this WPScan tool, and this is just the command URL blog, the domain, the particular file containing the usernames, and the word list. So as you can see here, it where is that? Here it got this uh, void combination, the username of kwheel and the password of qtpie. So after this, we'll go back to here where we're trying to use this exploit to gain access to that particular Billy Joel's website. So here we'll set, why is it not pressing anything? Okay, so here we'll need the password, the remote host, the username, and the local host. Then we'll run the payload. So here I'll first set the password, and we found the password to be qtpie1. I'll just counter check. Yeah, qtpie1. Okay, that's okay. Then I'll set the remote host, host. That should be blog.thm. Come on. It should be blog.thm. Then I'll go ahead and set the username, and for that we are using kwheel. Okay, then what I need to set next is this, I believe it is localhost, lhost. Okay, is it lhost or lhost? Okay, it is lhost, which is I believe it is this particular IP address. Is it? Let me just do ifconfig really quick and see. Ifconfig. Okay, it should be this one. Okay, I believe so. This is not the terminal I want. Here. So set that. That should be like that. Okay, then I'll run exploit. And let's see. This also seemed, I think it will take quite some time. So I'll just pause the recording and I'll come back when this payload has come up with some results. So, okay. And we can see that the payload was successful and the Metasploit session 1 opened. So now what we'll do, we'll get into the shell, just run that one shell. Okay, then let me check who am I. See, we are logging as WLB data. So what we'll do, I'll try to upgrade the shell. So I'll just do Python, then import pty and pty.spawn spawn the bin bash. Okay, and we've now upgraded our shell, and it's now a more stable shell. So let me just run ls la and see. Okay, we have a bunch of things here. Okay. So what we'll do next, let me cd back to the home directory and check what's there. Mm, no, okay, let's check. Okay, we see bjoel, so let's try to go into that and do an lsla. We see a user text, let's try to cut it out. Okay, you won't find what you're looking for here. Try harder. Okay, so now at this point, what we'll do in order to get to our privilege escalation pretty quickly, we'll try to find if there is any SUID files, and these SUID files, they'll just, when a file has the SUID bit set, it means that the file will run with the permissions of the file owner rather than the user who executed it. And this is important for us, the privilege escalation, as some SUID binaries can be exploited to gain higher privileges. So what I'll do in order to find if we have this type of files is I'll just find, and I will start from the root and use the permission flag where user ID. Oh, we've lost our shell. So okay, I thought we had gained a stable shell. Let me just check. Where am I? Okay, let me get back to our shell. Pause the recording, then I get back to our shell. So I've just realized that what made our shell disappear despite gaining a stable shell was the fact that the box had the timer had expired for the box, and so the IP address had also expired. But here we are back. So I run this command, find the SUID files which have the SUID bits, and this is the output, and everything here looks kind of normal, but this particular check of file is what stands out for us. So what I'll do, I'll just run the checker to see, and it outputs not an admin. So here what I'll do, I'll check to see which libraries are called when this binary file is run. So for this I'll need a tool called Eltress, which I already have. If we do I have it? Let me see. We have Eltress. Yeah, I have Eltress. So I'll just do Eltress, and I'll do checker. Yeah, so we see when it's run, we have this, it gets checks the environment whether it has admin. So what I'll do is I'll set the variable, because admin is not, we don't have admin in the path variable. So what I'll do, I'll just set admin to, I'll give it a random character. I don't know how to best explain this, but I'll just do this. Then now what I'll do is run a check again. Let's, okay, not check sky, check okay, and now I'm logged in as root. Yeah, okay, so here what I'll do, I'll cd to root, then I'll ls into root, and yeah, so here we see we have the root.txt. Then let's catch to say, hope this time is not a hoax. It's not a hoax, it's a real root.txt. Okay, so here we have the root.txt file here, well found. Okay, so this box was it says medium, but to me, as somebody who's just began doing CTFs, it was kinda I'd say difficult. Yeah, because there was so much going on. There was a use of Metasploit, and the SUID bit of things was kind of tricky for me, but that was it. That was the blog box in TryHackMe. We've got the root. Yeah, so that was it. I'll see you in the next box.